center at the center of town. You can see a sign that says Malafret Gem Exchange. And from the look of things, there's also a vibrant hunting industry, as you can smell some of the butcheries where they're butchering great beasts and taking their hides and tanning them, as well as ivory from some of the beasts that they've hunted here. You notice that the fauna is strange as well. There are these little tiny pterodactyls, I mean like a foot long, that are swooping down from the rafters, attacking big dragonflies.
Okay.
I'm going to keep my wyvern familiar over that, but those are cool too.
I mean, like a foot long little pterodactyls.
That would be an excellent familiar.
Chasing dragonflies. The captured Major Andre Chevalier isn't able to talk his way past the guards at the Song Gate. So there's half a dozen guards at the Song Gate, and they seem really lax. They look tired in their armor. They're wearing breastplate, like just the breastplate portion of armor. Mm-hmm. A couple of them are off to the side, sweating profusely. They don't seem so concerned about you arriving. One of them finally gets up. He stinks of rum. And he speaks in... Do you speak Imperial Common?
I speak any language spoken by voice.
You understand or you speak?
Both.
Okay. Papers.
Papers. Just looking at Uker. Papers. Uker is giving a stupid look because that's all he can do. My buffoon has misplaced the papers.
Okay, he looks at you. He looks at the rest. He'll make his will save. as he's interacting with the illusion. You don't got papers. You're gonna want to fix that to come through. What's your business here? What's your name?
Devastat.
Well, Devastat, go over and sign in over there for you and your company. He kind of looks again at the rest of you. He blinks a few times and shakes something away.
Okay.
You're gonna have to get that straightened out if you want to go back home. Where are you coming from, anyways?
In Carrico.
Oh. You didn't have papers?
As I said, they were misplaced by a moron.
Yeah? Well, here's a good place to get rid of morons if you need to. Well, make sure you got your papers next time, he's saying, looking straight at Euchre.
Wait, what the fuck?
This is the third time this month that they didn't give the papers back on the other end. It's like they got sticky fingers or something. I don't know. You kind of... Yeah, something funny's going on, says one guy they're playing cards on a table, waiting for this to end. They get you to go over to a sheet of paper, and you can see lines and markings on it. Can you read Trade Imperial?
I can use my goggles of understanding, spectacles of understanding.
Nice.
Okay. So there's a clear column to make your mark, and then there's a clear column to put your rank and your unit in it.
Okay.
I'm telling you the rank in units.
Okay, how are you communicating
Donovan does not touch the pen. He points
okay.
to Midwick and points to the book.
This sweaty guard just looking at the both of you. Give me a bluff check.
Right. Lots.
My fourth level guard on duty here.
61.
All right, so he's He's just waiting for the paperwork to be done.
Donovan's pulling the Howie Mandel. I don't like touching things.
it's a hot
Midway
one.
does.
Okay. What do you put down
stuff
as
that
the
he's seen
name?
before. Oh, the name he gave.
Which was?
Int check.
I know what name I gave.
I didn't ask for an check.
21. I remember his name.
It starts with a D.
Yeah, Dorival or something like that.
Okay, so you write down Dorival. What unit do you write down?
I have a profession soldier, so I'm familiar with, and I've traveled through and
Yes. Give me a profession soldier.
Yep.
Are you putting down his rank or yours?
Mine.
Okay.
Oh my god, the sheets are long. I'm still scrolling. Here we go. 15.
Okay, so you made him a what? A private? A sergeant? What did you make him, Adam?
You're a sergeant?
I would be like a lieutenant and he'd
Okay.
be like a sergeant.
Okay.
Because
So
he was the
you know
other
that
guy
you're a
that-
sergeant.
rank. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and then what unit are you putting down?
I would be familiar with some units, and I'd look at what other units are in the area. One that's not already here.
Yeah, you actually see 6 entries above you, and there are 3 different units.
Yeah, I know. I would know unit names. I would pick one that's not
Okay,
here.
so there's you pick one that's not here. Okay, so
Yep.
Make up
Put
a
it back.
unit name.
Valerkin. The Valerkin unit.
Okay, so he looks at that. He looks at you. He looks at Donovan. He looks back at the papers. Is that you?
That is him.
Sergeant. All right, he says. You're gonna want to go over to speak to the who is the leader of
The pack.
Monde Neuve. Give me a second. Before you leave, and he leans in, if he leaves, you're gonna want to make sure your paperwork is all in order. They're not so, people aren't in a big hurry to come to Immensa. People are once they're in Immensa in a big hurry to get back home. That red tape back in Empirica is pretty fierce, my friends. You may want to go talk to the office of the Grand Duke. Get it all straightened out before you go through. Okay?
Of course.
Hey, what's up with the old man?
A tool for a dinosaur.
Huh.
You old war hero.
Dinosaur? Look at you with your fancy words, he says. Must be nice to get that officer training. It looks like this guy's just a sergeant as well. Is there anything else I can do for you, Lieutenant?
Where would one get a bath around here?
Well, there's
Proper bath.
You here for hunting?
Yes.
The Imperial Hunting Lodge. They've got space for you officers whenever you come here. You may want to go there. I don't think it's full. It's reserved for officers and special guests of the Empire.
I am certain they will accommodate our needs as required.
All right, you have a pleasant day. Keep cool. Oh, watch out for the mosquitoes. It's surprisingly not the big ones that will kill you.
Keep that in mind. Donovan starts to sort of walk off like he knows what he's doing. And
Yeah, and you overheard him whisper under his voice, like he was muttering to himself, that necromalaria is really, really tough.
It does sound really tough. I don't want necromalaria. I also don't want space AIDS.
Okay, you leave what could be a highly defensible area, but it's guarded by these really, really sweaty, miserable-looking half-dozen guards. The sergeant lets you through. Your disguise and your bluff manages to get everyone by. He is looking at what Midwick wrote down, though, kind of scratching his head about it, but then you see him shrug and go back to the card table. Yeah, there are bugs. You're now nervous of all sorts of bugs. There are creepy crawly bugs. There's long bugs with lots of legs. There are buzzing bugs, beautiful bugs, lots and lots of bugs. Little lizards everywhere. But there are insects.
Detecting magic, Marty.
This place is incredibly vibrant, Lemmy. Like, I don't think Lemmy's been to a jungle before.
This
Tropics.
place is live.
Moss covering everything, creeping vines, massive trees that have been grown as well as carved into. It's like they kept on building, but in a non-elven style after the elves left. Yes, they just left. Donovan's thinking, you do not see any elves amongst the populace.
Lemmy's gonna remember to try to find Yig and see what level spell we can cast here.
Okay. Are you trying to find your way to the Imperial Hunting Lodge, or are you doing something else? The Imperial Hunting Lodge is not a bad place for me to go. Of course, he sounds like an old man with a bag over his head. So. It's not a bad place for me to go. Perhaps we should. You could drop us off, or drop me off there, and you can get some rest. And you don't need to worry about the insects there. They've got the mosquitoes.
This guy's gonna end up being lunch for a dinosaur. Under my watch.
Or this guy is going to win every bar bet that he has, because he's going to look like an old man who can't see even if we take the bag off his head.
Is that where we should go? That's where we should go.
I agree.
Okay. So the Imperium soldiers seem to be in the minority here. You're seeing a lot of people going about their trade and going about their day. There doesn't seem to be winter here. That's also an interesting thing. Although it's really, really hot. There are these strange barbarian folk wandering around. They're giving you dirty looks as Imperial soldiers. Like they're actually showing.
What do they look like?
They're actually like showing their teeth and grimacing at you as you go. Picture Maori warriors or Polynesian warriors.
I love them. They're buddies. Uker wants to.
Some of them are more Caucasian, but they seem to shave their heads. Some of them leave top knots. They're very like leather wearing. A lot of really long weapons, like long spears and lances. Some of the merchants are using really big and kind of docile looking thunderbeasts as beasts of burden, pulling things around, and while others look like they're being slaughtered for their hides and bones. Like you see a lot of very large meat moving in and out of this place.
Uker's gonna walk up.
There are no predators that seem to be in here. Only herbivores and very large herbivores. But you don't see any predators aside from the little swoop pterodactyls. And you do see like really, really small rat-sized compies running around, chasing insects as well. You actually see like a shopkeeper actually chasing a bunch out of his shop with a broom. They turn around and hiss at him, and then they scatter.
Uker's going to try to talk to some of the big barbarian-looking guys.
Okay.
What language do you speak, smart guy?
That's the. I'm going to try Giant. I'm going to try Draconic. I'm going to try Orcish. I'm going to try Celestial. I'll try Nagaji.
At some point, he's going to think you're making fun of him.
I also look like a big idiot.
Give me a second. I like downloaded a bunch of pictures, but it's on another computer. So
Because it's a bunch of Polynesian.
You can just email it, dude. You don't have to actually go and carry the thing over.
I'm flipping laundry if anyone's curious what the hell I'm doing.
Brownie points.
You realize, Mark, that you look like you live in a log cabin.
Yes, I guess I would if this is the only thing people ever see.
Well, that and you got your lumberjack shirt on, your plaid, and your.
Just put an axe in the corner.
No. Perfect, Kenny. Exactly. Perfect.
What was the suggestion?
Oh, they tries a slew of different languages. They think you're speaking tongues and take you to their shaman for an exorcism.
Touche. Fox and Kenny, welcome, guys.
That's funny. I'm a big dumbass. I don't freaking comprehend languages anymore because apparently I'm too good for comprehending languages. I don't need to speak to the plebeians.
yeah, well, this morning while I was having breakfast, I was hunting for pics.
Marty, you asked
tokens.
if I had already subtracted money that is owed to me from the ship, and that I did already.
Okay.
I'll delete your comment. Okay?
All right. Many of them have different.
Whose house is on fire?
That would be mine.
Okay.
They've got varied tribal tattoos. Some of them full face paint, while others only a little bit. Some of them are wearing skulls, while others are not. Are you approaching like the angrier looking one or a happy looking one?
Which one looks stronger?
Of course, the angry looking ones.
The ones that look like they might know Giant. Those ones. I think it might be angry.
Okay. Do you want angry or creepy?
Creepy. Always creepy.
Okay. So there is
friggin' Tinder. What is this?
no. It's like they're varied people, and you're like picking one out to go chat with.
Yep.
There's one guy who seems to be incredibly like avoided by all others, and
I want that one.
All right. So the name
Leopard Joe.
the name that was given to these people was the Makai. So we're gonna call him a what are we gonna call the type of warrior? A Makai Death something. A Makai Death Eater. How about that?
Oh, they're cool too.
All right. So here's a Makai Death Eater.
The Imperium are the worst everywhere they go. All right. That's badass.
That's badass.
All right, I talked to that guy.
Okay, so he's hanging out in the shadows near some merchant stalls, and as you guys are wandering around in the town, Uker just goes off to the side. He's got across his back a lance that looks a little bit longer than a standard horse lance, and he's carrying a two-handed shark-bladed sword. You know that ridiculous chain sword from the movie Brotherhood of the Wolf or Le Bac de Loup? That's what he's got. He's wearing the skull of something that was a little bit bigger than a man's size. It might be like a giant skull. that is painted and adorned.
That's good, because I'm going to see if he speaks giant. That's my betting on.
He flexes a little bit as you approach.
Do you speak giant?
How do you know the tongue of the ancients?
He says.
You're not Makai.
Uker has the biggest, happiest smile of a big man has ever had to be big and happy.
You're not Makai.
I am not Imperium either. This is magic.
He nods.
I am a Kunian.
I don't know what that is.
You notice that his eyes underneath his helmet, like he kind of looks you over, like he's sizing you up a bit. What's your walking around strength?
Uker's walk around strength right now is 41.
Okay. Okay, he has to look like he doesn't want to mess with you.
You have very strong-looking people.
Death Eaters.
Uker kind of just moves his hands like in all directions, just like people. Makai.
These people are goats. You are not a goat. You are here to tangle with the thunderbeasts, are you not?
We need to kill kaiju.
He actually cocks his head.
You're insane.
Maybe.
If you seek your death,
And he points kind of through the valley, and you can see... I'm going to switch maps just for a moment. To a map that you can't quite see. The valley kind of goes down and sort of through a plateau, and then there looks like there's maybe a gap where there may be some Serengeti, like savanna, and then a jungle beyond, and then jutting out in the distance is a white-capped mountain. I'll make this player visible. And you can kind of just see from your vantage point this white-capped mountain at the distance, but you notice that there's a lot of smoke ringing around the mountain.
Guys, do we have time to climb the mountain?
No.
Mount Mog. There is a ring of fire around it. You seek your death. Go to there.
And if you seek inspiration for people, send someone to watch.
To watch you die.
To watch us win.
Okay, he's regarding you for a moment. He shakes his head. A very frightened merchant approaches the two of you and hands him a bag and thanks him. Donovan overhears what he says. He says that the lotuses are good. Here's your payment.
I like this man.
He takes the
Back in a
bag.
sec.
He looks back at Uker.
There are many ways to seek your death.
Uker's gonna pull out a couple of hairs,
Okay.
give them to him.
Okay, he's not too sure what. He actually closes his fist around it. He tucks them away.
For watching.
Shaman will know.
Shaman will know. Shaman will see. Kaiju.
Kaiju.
You want to climb to the top of that mountain. It is where...
And he pauses for dramatic effect.
Kokakachu.
It is where King Mogaru lives.
King Mogaru.
A betting man would bet that you would never even reach the jungle. That you would not be able to travel through the plateau before reaching even the foothills of that great mount.
I am not betting man, I am doing man.
Okay. He's still not too sure what to make of you, but
Yep.
he accepts your hairs and...
Uker turns around. We're going to top of mountain! Yeah!
He actually stops and taps you on the shoulder.
King Mogaru is acting strange, or so they say. His devastation, driving many beasts towards the plateau.
Is King Mogaru like dragon?
He...
King Mogaru, kaiju.
Dragons also go mad on other world.
Be careful. King Mogaru's destruction often summons,
And he points to the sky.
the moonworm.
Knowledge. Awesome. This is the best planet, Marty. Alright, what's it? Knowledge planes? Knowledge arcana?
I don't know. It's like local stuff, right?
Knowledge arcana?
I get
Deed check?
maybe knowledge arcana. No, it'd be knowledge nature.
I got that too.
Religion?
14.
You don't know what a moonworm is.
I think I had that last week. Gave me indigestion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. He wants to be away from you now. He thinks you're crazy.
Yep. All right. Uker's gonna basically walk up to Azzy,
Okay.
and
So while Uker was doing that, the others kind of were in the trading area, and you do notice that there is a cage next to like a hut, and inside the cage there is this really big orangutan. Orangutan? Does it tang? Does it actually have a G at the end?
I believe
Yes,
it's
it
an
does.
orangutan. I don't think it's pronounced the G, but
Yeah. A really big orangutan. And then people are coming up to the orangutan and giving it things, and you could swear it's talking back at them.
since I can understand any type of audible communication, even familiar speak, what's he saying?
This kid and their mother walked up to it and says, "Do you think Billy will like my hair?"
Oh, it is very pretty, yes. I'm sure that if he sees you, he will think you're pretty. But boys of that age don't normally like girls. But sometimes they do.
Okay.
Why is he in a cage? Why is there a smart monkey in a cage? In a cage.
Yeah, the cage actually
So-
looks spacious. It looks like it's adorned with lots of like little toys and offerings. And inside the cave is a little less of a cave and more like a house. You can see there are books and things in a big bed that are visible, curtains that are pulled back. Thanks, Gene.
I said, Does anyone want to talk to the orangutan?
You notice that two merchants approach Jean very respectfully, caps in their hands, and they say, "Hello, Jean. Do you have time to help us figure out a deal?"
Okay. What is the deal?
And then the merchants are actually conversing with Jean to see if this deal for a particular ivory that was found is a good deal. Jean considers it and gives them advice, and they thank him, leaving him a little, leaving him some cakes that one of the merchants' wives cooked or baked. Jean looks at them and uncovers it, and he eats one and uncovers it and saves the rest for later. Let me put a miniature down for Jean.
Savannah.
Knowledge nature. Is this a magic monkey? Is it an awakened monkey?
Yeah,
is
give
it
me
a
a knowledge
polymorph
nature.
gone wrong? Is it? Is this just a missing link evolution style?
Yeah, give me a roll.
Call me Link. The lawyer monkey.
18.
It looks like a regular ape, but it definitely has speech and seems to be the go-to person for advice in the town. Yeah, there are others that just simply ignore Jean, but some people walk by and wave to Jean, and he waves to them.
How many non-humans, except for Jean, are in this place?
There are some halflings. There's maybe some half-elves, like a really small minority of half-elves. Most people here are human.
Really minimal-blooded half-elves?
Yeah, and you thought maybe in the several hundred that you've seen, you saw one lizard man. The lizard man looked like he was physical labor.
Okay.
Does anybody want to talk to the monkey, the gorilla, orangutan? No tail.
Let me approach him.
Okay. You notice he's busy like looking at his cookies. It looks like he was looking at them and admiring them.
I've got cookies.
Where is the? Are we on Mondo?
We are on Mondo News.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hello? It's Jean, is it?
What language are you speaking?
Language. Oh, it's a good question, actually.
He's making monkey faces.
I don't want people to really hear me that much.
No, he's not raspberry. He's smart.
Smart monkey's also raspberry.
Okay. Now I'm going to cast. Speak with animals.
Okay.
And I am speaking monkey.
Jean's giggling at you.
You must excuse me. I don't know the native tongue here.
He's waving his hand at you.
You don't understand me, do you?
You're speak with animals?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't understand you. He's giggling to himself. He's actually rocking back on his back and laughing.
Okay, I'll cast tongues on myself.
He's pointing at you and laughing.
Or I will cast tongue.
Okay. His eyes watch you as you're casting magic.
Sense
yes.
motive. You're too smart, monkey. I can sense motive, you.
Right. Yeah, he's watching Lemmy closely.
He has spellcraft.
Hmm.
He is
Hello,
spellcraft.
And then it takes him like 3 rocks, and then he decides to go over to the side. Gene's got a lot of extra weight on him.
Hello, Jean.
Hello. You're a druid.
Shh.
You're not a druid from around here, though. Did you come through the song gate?
Yes.
I hear the singing sometimes. I wish I was much closer to them, because I could maybe sing. But that would involve going somewhere. I suppose it's best.
Gene, let me ask you a question. How did you get in this situation? Are you? I mean, are you willingly in a cage? Diplomacy.
This is my home, he says.
There's
Yeah, but what do you mean,
over there.
would you-
He'll bust you out of your cage in 10 seconds. 10 seconds, cage will be
Just,
gone.
I mean, just say the word and we can get out of here.
Jean is safe in here. There are horrible creatures out there that will try to eat Jean.
But I'm sure Gene has a way of protecting himself, right?
Well, Jean is big, but some of those creatures are very large and have very sharp teeth.
Oh, we're new here, and we're looking for something called a kaiju.
Oh, well then you shouldn't leave the town. It is horribly dangerous out there.
So you recognized what I was doing, right?
Yes, you were casting divine spells, asking some sort of god or something to grant you the ability to speak Jean's language. Curious that you come here without knowing how to speak Imperial.
So are you from this world? And how is it that you came about to speak? I've never. Are you? Or have you been awakened?
Well, yes. One day when Jean was small, he remembers a kind human face looking down at him, and then he began to learn. Learn more like humans learn, as opposed to apes.
Are you able to cast any spells, Gene?
No, Jean is not a spellcaster.
Give me a sense motive.
Does he have a holy symbol? The monkey versus Lemmy. The monkey wins. Oh, how embarrassing.
Donovan's in the back, 52, just pretending he's an officer over there.
Yeah, Gene's lying.
Yeah.
Third 23.
Lemio doesn't think he's lying. Spellcasting ape? Well, that's crazy.
What am I thinking? I'm sorry.
Oh, no bother.
So,
Donovan's now looking
How
to
long
see
have
if he
you
can see a
been here?
book so Donovan doesn't want to get close to the monkey because he doesn't think an Imperial officer would be talking to the monkey.
Yep.
You're very strange for a human of the Imperium.
no, I'm not a human of the Imperium.
Oh?
Well, we're...
Okay, he's now looking closer at you. He's trying to disbelieve.
You guys suck at undercover, by the way.
Oh no, first person, I'm like, this is, I don't
Lemmy
like
sees an animal that speaks. He's intrigued.
This is some sort of trick, isn't it? You're trying to make Jean say that he wants to get out. But I'm safe in here.
Not really. If you
Safer
wanted
than
to...
all the rest of you. Besides, some of you have attacked Jean for simply walking around before.
Right. Sure.
Gene
Well,
is
hey, my
much
apologies
safer
for
in
what
here.
others do. My apologies for what others do, but, hey, heartfelt sorry for whatever others did. Alright?
You didn't do it.
True, but, making you stay in a
Come
cage
here
just so
for
you're
a
safe.
gift for Jean. Most people who want to talk to me give me gifts.
What kind of gifts are you interested in, other than, well, candy?
Only things that are allowed to be given as gifts, of course. There are laws here.
Right. What would Jean like?
Maybe something to eat, or something to wash these nice cookies down. A few cups of chilled coconut milk would be really nice.
We're gonna get him a top hat and a monocle
Yeah,
and
and
a cane. It's
right.
perhaps a smoking jacket, but no pants.
Well,
Little
there
pocket
is a
watch.
place for us to.
The jacket's for it. Put the pocket watch.
Loud. Sorry. I'll get you that drink.
So Donovan is watching. You're like, hey, do you want to escape? No, Imperial Guard. No, I don't want to escape. I'm happy here.
I like it here. In
I
fact,
like it here.
Perfect here. I also would like nothing
he's-
illegal.
He's
What's-
actually.
I like gifts that
that
aren't
was the
in-
truth, though. Him saying he liked it here and that he was afraid of the things out there
Yeah.
was truth.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're interested, we could also leave this world and go to a safer one.
I'm not sure what you mean. If you're meaning by going through the song gate, Jean's home is here.
Understood. So you were born here, right?
I think so. Yes.
Interesting. All right. Well, do you know if there are people that live outside? Perhaps there are other druids that are
Oh,
fighting
yes.
against the Imperium.
Fighting against the Imperium? No.
Or are they
no.
working with the Imperium?
Well, everyone has to work together here, in New World.
Right.
Otherwise, the thunderbeasts and other things would eat us all. Terrible, terrible. You shouldn't go outside the gate.
Right. Oh well, we were gonna go and do a little bit of exploration, but
He
So you
shakes his
help
head
people out?
disapprovingly.
so you help people out here with making some decisions.
Oh,
that-
yes, Jean has many friends. Many confidants here.
All right. Well, my friend,
If you're going outside of the gate, I wouldn't. I would choose a different time. The weather is all strange, and there's a great haze coming out of the mountain to the south.
Donovan rolls
Do you
a
know
bluff
what a
check
vol-
to not.
Do you know what a
mountain-
volcano is?
oh yes, very much so. To the mountain to the south of the haze. Interesting. So Lemmy's wondering if that's cold air.
Many of the thunder beasts are going on to Giant's Foot Plateau, which is just outside the city.
Why would they be doing that?
I don't know, maybe to escape the fires.
Oh, the volcanoes.
Yes, but where the great thunder beasts go, so do the predators. It is very dangerous out there at the moment. I'd advise against going. Of course, sometimes soldiers and those who are greedy don't listen to Jean.
Well, thanks for the points there. I'll make sure to get you some milk, some coconut,
Oh,
chilled
that would be
coconut
very-
milk.
That would be very nice. They'll go very good with these cookies.
Excellent. It's a pleasure meeting you, Gene.
What was your name? Soldier?
Promise not to tell to anyone.
What's good of a name if you don't? You're very odd indeed.
Call me Mr. O.
Mr. O. I like it.
And he smiles his big toothy smile too. He actually draws an O in the ground.
Azzy, it's that way. Use the thing. It's over there. Mountain.
Azildan's just shaking his head like, fuck.
Lemmy's actually gonna. I've got a couple of minutes. He's gonna go ask for some chilled coconut milk from somewhere and bring it to him.
Okay, you spend 2 silver coins on 2 cups of chilled
Sure.
coconut milk.
Sure.
It's like a copper piece for the milk, and then a friggin' silver piece to chill it.
Yeah.
So Gene's very happy. He gingerly puts his fingers through the bars and plucks the little coconuts. Oh, there! He puts them neatly beside his cookies, and he kind of rubs his fingers in anticipation. His movements are very dainty and very delicate for the size that he is.
Walk back. Is it worth putting a
He
tree
might have
seeing
been
to see
at,
what he
like,
actually
at
is?
some sort of point like a dire orangutan or something. I don't know if orangutans are large or not, but
Not usually.
Orangutan.
Donovan is feeling
Orangutan.
orangutan. Donovan is going to use. Is going to cast Arcane Sight
Okay.
and is going to look kind of like the creepy lieutenant Nazi guy that he is dressed as.
Because he's illusory disguise himself as. Okay, so you're looking at the gate. The gate is really old. Like it shows rust in some spots and maybe some failing abjuration magic along the gate to kind of ward against rust. In fact, you're seeing a lot of this around on metal, like metal things. It looks like they may have a moisture problem here that they solve with minor abjurative magics. But aside from a gate that, or like a fence that Jean should be able to climb, like maybe a
Doesn't want
10-foot fence, you're not detecting any magic on Jean.
Okay. I'm now going to concentrate on Jean.
Okay.
Does he have any spell casting or spell-like abilities?
Yes.
Are they arcane or divine?
Does he get a saving
And-
throw?
No. I'm looking at you, and unless you're protected from divination school stuff,
Okay. Nope.
then it's
He only carries epic items.
Okay, so arcane is the
so he's an arcane. That's what I thought.
yep.
And the most powerful spell or spell-like ability, the strength of the most powerful spell or spell-like ability.
I'm gonna send this to you in text.
9th. Son of a...
Does he want a job? Donovan is going to turn around and walk back to the room.
He watches the officer and the private go back to the group of soldiers. He then looks at you and then looks at his cookies and he's nicking a cookie and he's sipping at his milk. big monkey lips as he's sipping at his milk.
He doesn't need to be in that cage if he does not want to be.
Oh, he's happy. He's quite happy inside. I'm interested in finding out where Yig is here, if it is.
Yeah, I'm interested in killing the
Who
kaiju.
cares
like-
about three? Kaiju! That way!
Yeah, alright. Sure.
Well, you've
Yeah.
used some power today to get here. I don't know if you're taking a knee to do it or if you're resting before going.
Actually,
the
I'd
old
like
man
to...
with the bag on his head is trying to get Donovan's attention as he's like feeling his way through the party to get to Donovan.
We should go to
Too small, too big, too muscular, too stupid.
Yeah, too stupid because you can feel that through touch. Imperial Hunting Lodge is what he's saying.
Yeah.
I'd like
and,
to
and,
actually
and he's
see,
and he wants to know if he could take the bag off of his head.
Oh, yes, the bag can come off now.
Okay.
I would like to actually see where we're heading, just to make the teleportation easier.
But we need to know! So, Uker's pointing at his forehead.
I mean, Ozzy, yeah, you and I
When
should
we're
probably
out
go
of
out.
town, you freak.
What time of day is it?
It's like noon. It's like warm. You can see people clustered in the shadows of overhangs, and a lot of them are wearing hats. The sun is pretty oppressive here.
As soon as we get out of town, I want this spell gone. I don't like this spell.
Lemmy and Azildan probably the most with most skill with outdoors, and then Uker with his scent. Yeah, there's definitely an ashy, sooty smell in the air. And you can see in the distance, like, there is smoke pluming up through this white-capped mountain in the distance. It's like you're in a valley, and the city's at one end of the valley, and then the valley goes out, and then it kind of spills down, and then further down, and then you can see the mountain almost directly in your line of sight. It's a beautiful and staggeringly awesome looking mountain.
Well,
The mountain's actually based off of Mount Kilimanjaro, actually.
it's pretty awesome. I suppose we should set ourselves up at the inn. And,
Why? In and out, that's all we need.
do we have wind walks prepared?
Mm-hmm.
I do. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I suppose we wind walk from here.
All right.
Mr. Chevalier,
Oui, yes.
you don't have paperwork.
I do not have paperwork, no. I was trying to think how I'm going to get back to my place. There'd be lots of explaining to do. And he looks worried.
So,
I am not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be on Nalbren. It is not a good thing to be where you're not supposed to be. Especially when that place is an entirely different world, yeah?
so
I can take him back if you want.
it is in your best interest to follow along or stay safe until we
I
come
am
back.
not going out there, he says.
All right.
That is where 101 news sheets talk about how this hunter and that hunter was eaten or flattened by the thunderbeast.
And we don't want to be flat.
Well, no, it is not a good thing, not a good career move to become a pancake.
Good.
Or a crepe, he says to Altagar.
Very good. So we will be back. Most likely.
I am half curious to see that you come back. Happy hunting, he says. Is he slowly moving away, like he wants to walk away from you?
Well, if you want to go, if you want to go
He's
back,
particularly watching Azildan's movements as he's walking away.
I mean,
Azildan,
we'll take you back to Nalbern if you like. When we're back. When we're back.
Azildan reaches out and snatches some hair off his head.
What the? Merde.
You may go. Off with you.
You know I'm an officer. I know what they do when you sign up with blood and hair and shit.
Good for you. You want it back? You want to fight me?
They even take more of that after you become a citizen. Not just when you become a citizen, when you become an officer.
Nobody has been spying on you since you've been with us.
Oh. Wait, you can tell whether or not my officers are looking in on me?
Yes.
Oh, that is an interesting trick. I might have to learn that one.
It is highly useful.
It is too bad I must undergo interrogation to see what new tricks I have learned as a musician.
Do you like the Imperium?
Of course, I am an officer in the Grand Imperium of the Throne Chris Leon, and he clicks his boots together. But he's standing there considering you. I think I will wait. There is much confusion on Nalbren with all of the orcs coming through the gate. That is not a good thing for our commanders. To lose the gate is a major, major defeat. And Beachhead will have to be established all over again. Oh, sacrame.
There are always options.
Perhaps you should take a visit to one of the gambling house here beforehand to make a wager on what it is that you think you're going to do, and then come back here with the bones to prove it.
What do you
Come
say?
back.
I heard gamble.
We usually come back. We usually come back with the whole thing.
I want to come back with the whole thing.
Should we be announcing our presence here, says Lokrik?
Absolutely not.
No, we shouldn't be.
So the gang of no fun is over here.
No, Lemmy's with him. Lemmy's with him. He's like, we should get out. We should just get on with business. Got a lot of activities in there.
Fine.
People are avoiding the officers all standing in the street arguing and talking like they're moving way around you guys as they're watching. And then some of these Makai warriors are actually visibly they're walking by and giving you a face like, and then they can keep on going. Something like,
I just can't wait till this veil is down.
They stick out their tongues at you, and you keep on going. Like there's visible hostility, almost like it's a sense of pride for them to make that face at you as you're walking by.
That's awesome. I like these people.
Not all of them are doing it, but some of them are.
Liberate! Wait, what were we supposed to be doing again? Ragnarok? No, liberation! Yes.
A couple of
just stick with
soldiers walk
everybody's
by
plans.
and they kind of salute you as they go by.
Donovan will salute them. We'll
Yeah.
give the return.
Yep.
Yeah, we should get going.
But
It's like you walked into like in Star Wars, an Imperial occupied planet, dressed
Yep.
up as stormtroopers and officers, and yeah, you're outnumbered here
yep.
and probably hated by most.
Why don't we? Well, come on, the little bit of money. I mean,
We just spent
It's not that it's money. It's gonna
four
bring. It's
norm
gonna,
hordes. Slow crick.
yeah, it's gonna bring attention that we don't need.
kaiju.
Right? Guys, let's go deal with the issue that we came to do.
Agreed.
If we kill kaiju, then we can bring kaiju, and we can disrupt, hold on this place.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
I don't want money. I want to bring kaiju.
Oh, look, Rick, can you think of things that we could probably buy or find that could be used to make a rod for this world?
Metal.
Right. Well,
There's
to
a
find
market
it.
just around there.
No, I'm not sure you're not sure where it came from. That's the problem.
We are going to be headed towards a volcano, assuming that the kaiju does have the item we seek.
Yeah, Lokrik then looks at where Azildan pointed. Lokrik's perception is dirt. Oh, what is that? He casts a comprehend language spell. There's a mining exchange or gem exchange. Maybe some gemstones from this place will do.
Okay.
All right.
1,000 gold piece worth of gems will do.
He shrugs.
Is it spellcraft or knowledge planes to?
Knowledge planes. Yep.
All right. I'm so good at some stuff, and I'm so shit at other things.
Are you going over to the gem exchange to go buy some gems? Is that what you're saying?
31. Can you make a planar rod out of gems?
Yeah, gems and metal,
Okay.
minerals, that sort of thing. Sure.
Okay. We'll go there.
Okay, you end up spending maybe 2,000 gold pieces worth of emeralds that you think are pure enough, and if you trust the merchants there, came from this place. But it seems an awful lot of emeralds and other gems are coming from this place.
Let's just go
45
and find
was a
it.
sense motive just to make certain that they think that it came from this place.
Yep.
Why don't we just go and try our luck outside? Maybe we just find it lying around. We already spent it.
What? You don't just go find emeralds lying around.
Well, there's a volcano right over there.
Yeah, you got.
It's actually
pull...
pretty.
You're obviously
I did
not a
not
miner.
All right.
You notice Major Andre Chevalier watching you guys from a distance as you went into the gem exchange. He hasn't gone running off or anything.
Nope.
Of course, he looks like an old man with
He's all
cataracts.
With asthma and cataracts.
Right.
Emphysema.
The merchants here are willing to sell gems to you. They don't actually ask any questions when an officer is handing over 2,000 gold pieces to buy gems.
What is it? I have a question. What is a kaiju?
It's really big.
And especially kaiju named King Mogaru.
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna help wife move a couple bags. One sec. Sorry.
Strength train! Montage!
Knowledge, whatever, for kaiju.
sure.